Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Helium 10 Weekly Buzz. My name is Bradley Sutton, and this is the show where we get you familiar with the latest news in the Amazon and e-commerce space. We interview people in the industry you need to hear from and provide training tips of the week that will give you serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. So let's see what's buzzing this week. We've got another jam-packed episode today. We're going to go over news articles that might affect you, like there's a lockdown that's happening in Yiwu right now. There's some new kind of like Amazon TikTok-ish thing that's could be in the works. We're going to talk about that. We have an interview with one of our agencies from the Seller Solutions Hub. We've got a Freedom Ticket tip of the week that has to do with how to get ranking on Walmart. And then also we've got a special where I'm going to have thousands of dollars of potential bonuses as kind of like a prize for you guys, for those who are going to Sell and Scale Summit. So be on the lookout for that. Let's go ahead and hop right into the news of the week first of all. All right, the very first article that we have is actually from Amazon Advertising. And this is actually not an article, but what happened was a few weeks ago, if you remember, we talked about how Amazon had announced in that article that there was a new video builder coming up. Well, that is now available, and you can't see it from your dashboard, but somebody messaged me this link. So the actual link is advertising.amazon.com/video-builder. Advertising.amazon.com/video-builder. And what you can see is, those of you watching on YouTube, you can see this on the screen here. It just brings you to this, and then you'll be able to hit create new video and go through this flow for creating a video. So please, give it a try. Let me know what you think about it, if it works for you. And that would be great if it's going to be a great option for Amazon sellers going forward. Now, the next news article that we have of the day is actually from Amazon itself. And this one might, probably is not, people are not very happy about this one. But hey, this is something that, the inflation is something that's affecting us all. And this is entitled 2022 or 2022 Holiday Peak Fulfillment Fee Increase. So in a nutshell, I'll just, summarize this. What's happening is they're going to introduce a holiday peak fulfillment fee from Amazon from October 15th, as you guys can see here, to January 14th. All right. And the fee is going to be an average of 35 cents per item sold for USA and Canada FBA. All right. The average, it could be very different for a lot of people. You might have to have a $1 or $2 cost increase if you've got an oversized product. Other people might only have a 20 cent. So if you are interested to find out, in our notes here, we have the link to the actual Seller Central article that this came from. And there are links right there where it talks about the fulfillment fee changes. So you'll be able to perhaps calculate better what exactly your fee is going to be. The next article that we have is actually from CNBC, and it's interesting. It's entitled Walmart Strikes Exclusive Streaming Deal to Give Paramount to Walmart Plus Subscribers. Paramount Plus, actually. Now, for those of you who don't know, Walmart Plus is kind of like the Walmart version of Amazon Prime. And this is interesting. You might think, well, how does this affect me as a seller? Well, Amazon Prime Video is actually pretty big, a lot of streaming things there. However, Walmart Plus has been trying to kind of like add things to its program that kind of like maybe sway people to say, hey, you either need to switch to Walmart Plus or at least also get Walmart Plus. So since Amazon Prime Video has a lot of streaming, this is their answer to that. And maybe you think this doesn't concern you. You're not like me, big Star Trek fan. I'm a huge Walmart Plus subscriber because that's where all the Star Trek shows get released to. But this is something to take note of. The more things that Walmart adds to their Walmart Plus program, it's going to make it, perhaps more appealing to people out there, and more people in the program, more eyeballs on your products if you guys are selling on Walmart.com. Don't forget to check out our full course on how to sell on Walmart.com inside of Freedom Ticket, inside of Helium 10. We have over 25 modules on how to get started selling on Walmart. All right, the next article here today is from a website called YICAIglobal.com, and it's talking about the recent lockdown that's been happening in Yiwu. Yiwu is a popular hub in China for the manufacture of products, and earlier this month there was actually a short lockdown. But what happened was it was only going to be for a couple of days, few days, but now they're extending it because what they want, as you can see from this article, is, hey, they announced on August 13th, we want to extend this lockdown until there are no new cases for 7 consecutive days. All right, so there's an outbreak right now. There were 630 reported cases since that outbreak started on August 2nd. So this is worth, keeping an eye on. Make sure you know where your factory is. If you are sourcing products from Yiwu, it's pretty much guaranteed right now that it is not going to ship or it's not being produced because of this lockdown. So check with your suppliers, check with your sourcing agents over there to see how, if any of this affects you. I check with mine. My products are coming from Shenzhen, so my sourcing agent said that this is not going to affect me. But make sure you know where your products are and then keep a close eye on this lockdown. Last article of the day is from TechCrunch, and this is kind of interesting because they had said here that Amazon is internally testing a TikTok-like feed in its app, and there was actually some screenshots here. So we all know that Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, etc., have something similar, but it's going to be interesting to see. Now, is Amazon actually going to go ahead and release this? So this article that we have linked in the comments will have a lot of details on this. It mentions how TikTok itself, like the hashtag Amazon Finds has 25.6 billion views. We've had Gracie here on the podcast talking about how TikTok influencers promote Amazon products. So it totally makes sense that Amazon would be interested in doing something like TikTok-ish, right? But will they actually release this? Who knows? And how will sellers be able to use it? Is it only for influencers, or can we make our own kind of like TikToks on Amazon now? Are you gonna better start brushing up on your dancing moves out there, guys? So that's it for the news today. Okay, so let's go ahead and now do our Freedom Ticket clip of the week. What we do every week is we have a clip from Freedom Ticket that one of our evangelists has chosen. And as you heard earlier in the news, Walmart Plus is coming out with more things, so you might be interested to move your products to Walmart. What are some tips and strategies on how to launch on Walmart? Carrie, let's see what tip you have for us this week.
Hi, my name is Carrie, and I'm a brand evangelist here at Helium 10. And as the Walmart brand evangelist, I actually get this next question a ton, and that is, how do I rank my products on Walmart.com? Well, I have some amazing news, and that is that we have some information in Freedom Ticket Walmart on how to rank your products on Walmart. Michael Labar, who is a multi-million-dollar Walmart seller, goes into detail about some tactics that you can implement to rank your products on Walmart.com. So let's go ahead and take a look at this next clip.
At first base, like just what you always, the most important, and just the basic fundamental is your product type. So every product on Walmart is associated to different product types. Mm-hmm. Now, each product type has a list of queries associated to it. So now for the product type resistance bands, for example, there could be hundreds or thousands of keywords that are related to that product type. So all different sorts of keywords are related to it. There's no way for us as sellers to see what those are, but you want to make sure that your product type is something that makes sense. So Walmart automatically assigns your product type to each of your products, but when you list your product, if you put the right information, usually you'll get put in a pretty good product type. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times you'll get put in a wrong product type. Mm-hmm. And if you get put in a wrong product type, no matter what you do, you can't rank because the keywords you're trying to rank for are not associated to that product type. So that's really the first step is your product type. Now, most of the time your product type will be put in one that's pretty good, but most of the time it's not going to be the optimal product type. And what you could do is you can easily go in and switch your product type. And we'll do a walkthrough later where you could change everything, show you how to change everything. But that's stage one, which is the most important, and it's at the top. It's the simplest thing, but it's one of the main fundamentals. The next step really for ranking is for understanding ranking is it's a mixture of two things. Where I like to say it's SEO mm-hmm. and listing quality. And what that means is, when somebody searches for a keyword, let's say they search for resistance bands, mm-hmm. where your product shows up from the last page until spot 126. So from the last page, from the last product that shows up for that result until spot 126 is based on two factors. Number one, SEO. So how your listing is optimized for that keyword. right? So for example, for the keyword resistance bands, if your listing is well optimized for the keyword resistance bands, you have it in your title, you have it for your description, you have it, you have it in your key features, you're gonna have a much higher chance that you're gonna show up higher within those results. Okay. Now, the second thing where your listing shows in those results is based on your listing quality score. Now, your listing quality score it's broken up into 3 different parts. There's your content and discoverability score, there's your reviews and ratings, and then there's your offer score. Now, for content and discoverability score, 70% of your content and discoverability score, approximately, is based on your attributes. Now, Walmart wants to categorize their catalog and organize it a lot based on attributes. That's why you'll see there's a lot of filters on the side, and they really want to categorize a lot of their catalog like that. So the way they incentivize, and they need that information from sellers, the way they incentivize sellers to really get that information is they have this point system allotted to it. So by filling out your attributes, number one, it gives you better chance of actually ranking for all these different terms, but it also gives you these extra points, which these points will make a difference to how much you rank.
If you want to watch the rest of that video in Freedom Ticket, you can check it out in Freedom Ticket 3.0. It's in the bonus section where all the Walmart content is. It's module 11.24. So we hope that you'll check it out and let us know what you think.
All right. Thank you very much, Carrie and Michael, for that. The next clip is actually from Lem, and it's an interview with one of the agencies in our Seller Solutions Hub. We've got tons of great agencies and service providers there at hub.helium10.com. And let's just take about 4 minutes here and get the backstory on one of these and see what you guys can learn from it.
All right, everyone. So for this week's interview, we got with us here David Ledbetter from Better Led Consulting. David, how are you doing today?
I am crushing the day, and I hope you are as well. I trust you are, Len.
As always. So David, tell us a little bit about how you got your start into Amazon.
So I played baseball in college, got to play professionally a little bit too, but that's a past life. That's what we say. But I had a friend who I played with on that team. He got a job, really, really smart guy, really bright. Ended up going to a Big Four accounting firm as an accountant and hated his job, hated what he was doing. It was sucking the life out of him. Went to another job, also still hated that. Slowly figured out that maybe being an employee wasn't the best option for him. So he heard about selling on Amazon from somebody else, I think on probably somebody on YouTube, but began just doing retail arbitrage. Started doing that, but didn't see a bunch of traction, but really hit it big when he started doing wholesale. And he started in 2015 and he's been doing that ever since. But once he started seeing some traction and some success, he took it upon himself to, hey, I got to teach this to some other people. And so I was one of those lucky people, and I have an identical twin as well. I'd say back in 2019, we really got started doing the model that he showed us and saw traction as well. Made it to 6 figures relatively quick. Already been familiar with Helium 10, and they introduced a certification program. And I thought, well, this is super interesting. I went to college, but this is like its own little mini college.
Yeah.
Why not try this? And I started with Helium 10, and then brands started reaching out to us that we were wholesaling from, and we just suggested, hey, would you guys mind us growing your business on Amazon using these tools? And we tested it out for about 6 to 8 months with one brand specifically, and worked. And they loved it, obviously, because they're not doing anything, because Helium 10 does everything for you.
Yeah.
Plug Helium 10 right there. Everybody knows that. But using the knowledge that we'd accrued, we were able to actually start a agency. So really kicked that off at the start of this year. So believe it or not, and it seems like it's going really well. The process works, and we've been able to develop a couple proprietary techniques as it relates to advertising and using the Amazon platform.
That's awesome. I mean, first off, what a good friend, right? That guy who introduced you, because without that introduction, I don't know. Maybe we wouldn't be talking. We wouldn't be having such a great time building this friendship right here, right now. And secondly, I love one thing I really picked up early on that I think a lot of entrepreneurs and Amazon sellers will relate to is that being an employee wasn't for him. Love that sense, just because I feel like a lot of us, you and I included, could relate to that aspect of, to some degree, there are degrees of being an employee that you do get from being an entrepreneur. What are some of your clients' favorite tools at Helium 10? Like, what's been some of the game changers that you've noticed, like, oh, this tool kills it with our clients?
Implementing the follow-up tool just to generate more reviews, because social proof speaks volumes about your product, and it's going to speak volumes. So that just building that social proof, but also giving you the opportunity to capitalize on what those reviews say. So if somebody actually leaves let's say a great review, awesome. I expect that because I built this product. But if they leave a negative review, even better, because now you're thinking, okay, how can I actually make my product conducive with whatever that problem was? So that, I'd say that's my biggest suggestion to them immediately, is the follow-up tool. We also use the audience poll a lot just to A/B test, like, how does this image look?
Love that.
Again, this is bad. There's so many tools. You can use a QR code and track to see, like, hey, I'm going to throw a product insert in, which you can make in portals. And then I throw a QR code in there. Okay, now I'm tracking it. There's no end to it. So we just leverage as many Helium 10 tools as we can for our clients.
Yeah, you're speaking my professional love language. This has been a really awesome intro to David Ledbetter and Better Letter Consulting, and just getting understanding of how you guys use Helium 10. I think this has been a really awesome interview, but I do want to make sure we end with a quick 30-second something tip for our users here at the Weekly Buzz for Helium 10. So David, could you tell us a quick 30-second tip that Amazon sellers can do today, right now?
Look yourself in the mirror and say, I can do this. Because I think half the battle is just tricking yourself into thinking, I can do this. And not tricking, you have to do it with confidence, but it takes time. Amazon takes time. It's a long-term game. So look in the mirror, tell yourself I can do it. If you've got questions, Lem has answers. I have answers. There's such a good community here at Helium 10. Like, there's no end to the amount of topics that can be answered, or the questions that can be answered. So that's what I'd say.
I love it. Well, David, thank you so much for joining us here at Helium 10 for the Weekly Buzz. And we'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you so much, Lem, for that interview. Now, this week, we actually had, earlier today, our Bigger, Better Launch webinar. In case you missed it, I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to take advantage of the special bonuses that we had, which are going to blow your mind. It's worth thousands of dollars. And whether you're listening to this on YouTube or on a podcast, you only have until tomorrow night, which is Friday night, to take advantage of this. All right. So if you're listening to this afterwards, I know a lot of you listen to the podcast later, you can go ahead and fast forward, to the end right now, because you won't be able to take advantage of this offer. But those of you who are watching this today, Thursday, or tomorrow, Friday, please take advantage of this offer. Take a look at these bonuses, guys. All right. Bonus number 1 is those who sign up for the Sell and Scale Summit. You are going to get $250 off of your registration. All right, $250 off. That is crazy. Bonus number 2, you are going to actually get the first night of your stay, the hotel stay, on us. That's $180 value. All right. So if you take advantage of this offer by tomorrow night, we are paying the first night of your hotel for Sell and Scale Summit. Bonus number 3 is going to be free entry into our Q3 Elite Workshop. All right, that's worth $600. I mean, anybody can go to the Elite Workshop, but it costs $600 through Eventbrite. But we're going to give you a coupon that makes it free. $600 value right there to get into our Q3 Elite Workshop right there in Vegas. We're going to have speakers from Serbia, speakers from Israel, speakers from Romania have all flown in for this special workshop. Bonus number 4 is you're going to get a copy of the Ride the Amazon Wave book. Now, this isn't just some, Audible version or Kindle. This is an actual hard copy of the book delivered to you by the author himself, Tomer Rabinovich, who's actually going to be speaking at the Elite Workshop there and speaking at the Sell and Scale Summit. He's going to personally give you a copy of his over 300-page Amazon book. Bonus number 5 is you're going to get access to a previous Elite Workshop recording for free. This is a $399 value. Now, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, there's a QR code here. You might not be able to get that QR code to work because my screen is cut off. That's totally fine. Just go to sellandscalesummit.com, sellandscalesummit.com, and you will be able to take advantage of this. I'll give you the code a little bit later. Bonus, by the way, this previous Elite Workshop, this is what Elite members are paying $400 a month for their membership, and you are going to get access to this special training that Kevin King has done. Now, bonus number 6, you're going to get an actual private Ask Me Anything with Kevin King himself. This is not something on Zoom. This is not something that's on a phone call. This is in person in Vegas at the Sell and Scale Summit. We're going to have a special room where you're going to be able to have a meet and greet and Ask Me Anything with Kevin King. Bonus number 7 is very similar. There's going to be a separate meet and greet with myself, Carrie, Vince, possibly some of the other evangelists right there in Vegas. You can ask us anything, go over your listing, validate some product research, whatever you guys want to talk about. 2 more bonuses here, or 3 more. Bonus number 8 is you're going to get 2 free Helium 10 Academy certifications. It's worth $154. Now, Helium 10 Academy is our detailed course, which by itself is free. But if you want to actually get the certification test, kind of like Adobe does, right? In order to have that on your LinkedIn and to have a certificate and things like that, it costs $77 each. So maybe you have some staff that you want to, get Helium 10 certified. Well, you are going to get 2 of those for free. Bonus number 9, you're going to get exclusive access to a 2-hour TST, the 30-second tip strategy video from all Serious Sellers podcast episodes over the last few months. Now, this is crazy. As you guys know, in this podcast, we always give bangers as far as our 30-second tips that our guests have. Well, instead of having to go back and listen to them all and try and find out those ones, we actually compiled all of those into one video that you are going to be able to learn from. And the last bonus here is for those of you who are, have your token connected or your account connected to Helium 10, and we can verify that you are have sold 7 figures in the last year. All right, you're a 7-figure seller, in other words, gross sales. You're going to get free access for 1 month to the new Helium 10 tool called Market Tracker 360. Now, Market Tracker 360 costs $500 per month. So it's a $500 value that you are going to get. So here's the bonuses. Again, $250 off your Sell and Scale ticket. The first night of the hotel is on us. You get free entry into the Elite Workshop. You've got a free hard copy of the book delivered by Tomer himself. You got access to Elite monthly training webinar, one of them. You've got private group meet and greets with Kevin King and the evangelists, 2 Helium 10 Academy certifications, exclusive access to 30 strategies from the Serious Sellers podcast, and 1 month for free of Market Tracker 360. So if you guys want to take advantage of this offer, go to sellandscalesummit.com or h10.me/S3, either one, h10.me/S3 or sellandscalesummit.com. And here is the promo code. Write this down if you're listening to this on the podcast. S3 launch 250. That's S3 LAUNCH 250. So guys, as you can see here from the screen, our principal sponsor for the Sell and Scale Summit is Walmart. They're going to be there in person. You're going to be able to ask questions and maybe troubleshoot if you're not able to get into a Walmart selling. But also, we announced last week that Amazon Advertising is another sponsor of the Sell and Scale Summit, and Amazon advertising team themselves will be in person there. You'll be able to ask questions directly to them. We'll have one of our keynote speakers is Jeff Cohen, who works for Amazon Advertising. So it's really great representation where you're going to be able to ask questions to Walmart. You're going to be able to ask questions to Amazon right there in person. And again, this deal is only good until tomorrow night, Friday night, here, August 19th. This deal is good until after that. If you're watching this, unfortunately, we don't have this kind of bonuses available to you. So guys, take advantage of this offer. I look forward to meeting you there in person in the Sell and Scale Summit next month. I'm super excited. I just came back from the $1 Billion Seller Summit. I met people there who are bringing groups of sellers from Brazil, from Romania. Somebody is coming from Israel. I mean, people are coming all over the world, from all over the world to the Sell and Scale Summit. And so I want us to all have fun partying and learning together. Anyways, guys, that's it for the buzz for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to tune in next week. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled day of Wednesday to see what's buzzing in the world of e-commerce. Bye-bye now.